Alright, guys. Hey, what's up? It's me, JT. And we're going to play some Decay 2. For a little bit. I gotta reload my feed here. It looks like it's all working now. Alright. So, I've been doing... It's all working. Alright, cool. Sweet. I've been doing some... And I thought to myself, you know what we should do? We should start doing Let's Plays. Like, actually play games like we used to. I mean, we have every reason to do so now. Why not? You know? Oh no, leave this burger. I'm gonna ponder how I want to do this. Oh. That is hilarious. I cannot remember where that echo was coming from. It was coming from my laptop. Normally just runs the TV on mute. Anyway. Thought to myself, what we should be doing is doing Let's Plays. Playing games, etc. I figure why not? Why not start doing that, you know? So at the moment, a couple things in mind. A couple things I want to do for today. I need this so bad. Just delicious. Alright. Anyway. While I sit here, pondering if I want to do this, I'm going to play some Decay 2.
Hello, stranger. My name is Dr. Ursula Hoffman. I was hoping you'd be willing to discuss collaboration on a project of mine. We're a little short-handed and could use all the help we can get.
Hold on, neighbors. I see you moved into the old red Italian base. It's got some tricks to it. So if you need help getting it fixed back up, give me a call. Well,
that's the only mission.
Sure. Not like I got anything else going on.
Excellent.
Wait.
We're at the Mount Tanner Ranger Station. I'll see you soon.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no funny business, you hear me?
I like how she tells us that she's gonna see us soon, but I never agreed to that. Sad dude's campsite. We gotta clear it. There's no more play carts on the map. We wiped out all the play carts. Massive chest burn right there. Heartburn, what do we call it? Alright. So, there's no more play carts. There is some tomfoolery over here. The headless mutations suck so bad. I'm not sure if that goes away over time. Looks like it might. Um. Let's do standard. Fine, we won't. It's glitched up. Hey, Hexus, how you doing, bro? What's up? For me, like, nothing's been going on. It's been, like, radio silent, literally everywhere. How have you been? Actually, this reminds me.
Is anybody out there? I'm in serious trouble here.
What in the fuck? Hold up, I'll do it later. I gotta deal with this zombie here. There we go. Anyway. Oh, no. Okay, hit in the face of the car. Let's see. Where are we going? This way. I want to try it again. There we go. Up that difficulty a little bit. Connection a little choppy on my end, brother. Mike's clear though. How you been? I've been okay. Just, it's been quiet. Like, radio silent. Like, almost like, and I can't believe I'm saying it, it's been peaceful. Something has changed in my life, and I don't know what it is.
Hello, stranger. My name is Dr. Ursula Hoffman. I was hoping you'd be willing to discuss collaboration on a project of mine. We're a little short-handed and could use all the help we can get.
Oh, I see. Does it literally mean... I pushed down an RB at the same time, and it flash grenaded my own ass.
Sure could use an attaboy right about now.
You've got this. I know you've been through worse.
That was a terrible waste of influence. Yeah, it's been radio silent though. Like, really quiet. It's been nice. How do I know how much prestige I have? Oh, I have 1100 prestige. I guess that's what that is.
We want to do business. How about you send over a trader?
Of course.
1100.
We always have time to support our valued allies.
Like, I'm kind of thinking to myself, I actually think they disbanded over there. They fell off the cliff. It does feel that way, doesn't it? Like, it's weird because normally we don't celebrate anything. We just don't ever have a chance to, really. We're always trying to deal with some of the BS, and for once it's like... I'm going to lower my mic from my headset a little bit. It's weird because suddenly... Which is weird because I said this would happen, right? Like, no one listens to me, but when it happens, we're all surprised. Like, they're just gone.
We're making progress, and I can't... Scavenging alone won't cut it. We need to get some
Like,
basic
it's not that I don't
services
have
up and running here at home.
myself. Hold up. I gotta shut this cat because I hate the voice audio. It is so much immersion breaking that there's like an inner voice speaking with these characters. Here we go. It's just weird to me that, like, it happened out of frickin' nowhere, you know? Which is good. No haters. I found out what might be going on with that. YouTube is having a massive bandwidth, and it looks like a lot of people hit. What they're doing right now is they're hitting... Okay, so I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to because how do I not? It's like it's almost like the Archimedes went online, and I told people it's going to happen. No one to listen to me, and they're like, "Oh, we're untouchable. This is going to be forever." And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, what basically happened was YouTube put in a new policy out of nowhere. I mean, realistically, maybe it was all me all along, right? Maybe I am just that powerful. I'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. But anyway, they put in a new policy, and there's apparently a ban wave on YouTube right now, where if you're an inauthentic channel, you're gonna be hit. That means people that are restreaming people that are stealing people's content, anything with AI thumbnails is going out the window right now. And you will not believe just how many people that affects. But then there's also anyone that's considered a troll hub. So if it looks like targeting channels, and I mean even looks like it, you also don't get 3 strikes anymore. Because with these new policies, you only get the 1. And that's it. And that's likely happening because I noticed right around this stall went into place, everything got really quiet. I'm like, I'm happy. But you notice people are either really quiet or they're just moving on to something else. And again, I can't complain. But now I'm sitting here in limbo like, oh, I was kind of like, I'm not sure really what to say. Like, I was kind of on the notion that it was going to go on forever. I was kind of looking forward to it just a little bit because, like, you know, I got to be mad at somebody and do things to those people that deserved it, you know. But then they're like gone all of a sudden. It's like, oh, I don't have my my outlet for my frustrations of what people have done in my life, and now there's nobody to take it out on. It's like, ah, dang, man. So I'm a little upset, but I'm also at the same time like I feel free. So the last few days I just haven't really talked about it because, like, how do I? Like, what do you say? I miss my haters? What the fuck is that, you know? So I've been playing video games, and for the longest time I'll be sitting here saying nothing. Like, I don't have anything to talk about because of this now. Hold on. There's a comment here. UK blank fell off a cliff. He's scraping the bottom with the boulder. I've noticed. Who cares, right? He's the only one, and he won't do it on YouTube either. Unless he'll just do it on Rumble. Which again, let me stay over there. I don't care. I don't miss the guy because he was never the interesting one. He was just grifting off what everybody else was doing, and it was like, oh, now there's nobody left. It's like part of me misses these people. It's like, oh, I had somebody to criticize. I had somebody to, you know, do to them what they did to me, essentially, but nowhere near as malicious. And I'm just being honest about how people were and covering what they were doing, and I felt good, you know, I felt important for a minute. But now it's like, okay, now what do we do? Play video games? I mean, you realize how long I've been doing that? How long I've had to deal with those people? I know it's like, yeah, I'm glad I can go back to my video games, and I said I would, so keep a man of my word, right? Keep my promises on that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they would last longer. Like, see, when it's going on, it feels like it's going on forever. And you're just miserable, right? But then it's like, later on, it's like it's over, and you're like, oh, it's over? They're gone? Good. There were horrible people doing horrible things to people that did not deserve it. But, like, now it's like, huh, you know? And it sucks a little bit, just a little bit. Apparently back to hiding. His guys hung him out to dry. Imagine how pissed he was, and I'm joking. I've noticed everything seems to have changed out of nowhere. Like, I couldn't help but notice it. Like, the one guy who was being... Oh, jeez! Stop me! There we go. We're good. I just noticed between the 2nd and the 6th, everything just completely out of nowhere changed. With such hostility, by the way, like, everything just blindsidedly changed. I'm like, and I'm not even upset. Like, it's actually a very good change. I'm glad YouTube is doing this. Because A, when you make your own content, people can't just take a clip and make it their whole thing. You get millions of views, where you get none. It no longer works that way. AI is being removed from the platform. I don't know if people realize how big of a deal that is, because that means it goes back to being, can you actually make content? Does your content suck? Are you good at making your own thumbnails? Like, it's actually go back to being fair and normal. Like, AI can't create your content for you. That's not being a content creator. That's being lazy. You know? I was gonna do this in here, but then I'm realizing I only got 22 minutes of the Prestige Trader. I might as well go do that. But anyway, where is the... There it is. Anyway, and then on top of that all the troll hubs are getting hit right now. Which is good. Those people did nothing but bully people, and I'm glad that's going away finally. But, like, realistically, all of them are getting hit at the exact same time. That's crazy. It's a big deal, because, like, I said it would happen, you know. No one ever listens to me. They're like, oh, yeah, you don't know nothing, Tibbs. You're a nobody. If I'm a nobody, hey, how do I know about this shit before it ever even happens? Every time. Maybe I'm not a nobody. Maybe I set the rules. Maybe I've already ruled the world. I just don't realize it. You gotta wonder after a point, like, what is up with that, by the way? Oh, God. Card back here somewhere. You guys ever wonder that? Like, how is it... Why does it feel like I set the rules? I say it's gonna be this way, and then it's like either YouTube's always listening to my feedback. They're like, we like that idea. When I said they should be using an ID to identify people on YouTube, they started doing it. And I'm like, there's no way. But then there was this giant bandwave. I told them to me, it sounds cool. But then they started doing it. I'm like, there's no way, man. Let's see. If we're being honest, they're a way less effective version of their predecessors. Really disorganized shit show that ended with MM driving halfway across the country by himself for no reason. Even I know it was kind of weird that he was doing that, because it's like, you have a family back home. Go be a dad or a husband or whatever. Oh, that's a motor. Oh, crap. But anyway, yeah, it was kind of like a really weird life decision to go out and start pursuing people that he claims he didn't like on top of it all. Okay, on the next road, we're going to take a left turn and then go all the way down and then take a right turn. But yeah, around that same time, that's when everything started to change, though. I'm like, I did say, you know what's also crazy? I said around June 2nd, that was the day that those organizations would start to, you know, die out. They wouldn't be a thing no more. It's weird the timing was that accurate. Like, I'm not Nostradamus, you know? Like, I can't predict the future. Really, I don't think I can. But how am I always getting it right? Maybe I do set the bar, you know what I mean? UK blank was ankle biting you and fell off hard once their FS operation fell apart. I'm really glad it did. The only thing I'm bummed about is how many people we couldn't bring with us to the end. You know, like to the end of this road of what we've been dealing with. Alright, we got HTX Horde Breaker. It's an assault rifle, I guess. It's not that expensive, actually. A Clio ammo pack. It's a high-tech battery mated to a hopper of ferromagnetic high-tense strength projectiles. It's really designed for use and weaponry designs downloaded from Clio. I feel like we should take that. 64, it's not bad. And we did not lose anything? Okay, we have a Stormbringer, which looks a lot more like a Scar, if we're being honest. Oh no, it is taking things away, okay. We got the Extermination Blade, which looks more like a sword. I wish you could, like, see the weapon, but for some reason you can't. Okay, we'll buy this, I guess. Yeah, the RTX Wolverine. I guess Red Talon is what RTX stands for. X just extra. It's a high power weapon, holy moly. Very high power weapon. Anyway, yeah, I think it's nice seeing change where change is due, or well overdue. It's just at the same time, like, it happened out of nowhere. Like, there is a part of that is a little odd, you know what I mean? And I don't know how to feel. Like, part of me should be very happy. I should feel happy, because it's like, you know, we finally won, guys. We beat... Look, I know that if you say it, it kind of almost jinxes it, right? But we're the ones who, for the first time in internet history, we beat the trolls. And not just one, not just our own, all of them. Because I don't know about you, it's really weird that I'm sitting here and I made these statements, and all of a sudden YouTube's like, you know what, we like that idea, let's do it. And they're just getting rid of all the bad guys. It's like, damn, don't you feel just a little bit special? You know what I mean? Like, damn, it feels good. Let's see. My guess is Mr. Blankety Blankety cut them off once he got back home. Can you blame him? He got used and humiliated bad. I mean, to be fair, he wasn't supposed to be doing anything like what he was doing. You know what? It's kind of like, what did he expect, you know? Like, he went out there, oh yeah, we're going to have your back, and then they didn't. Then they realized how embarrassing it looked for all of them. Then they tried to, Then they tried to, like, salvage the situation by, like, oh, yeah, we've always been there. We were there all along. And it was so obvious they weren't. And then something else came around with it. It just kind of fell apart, you know? And it was like, wow. But, like, at that point, there's only, like, 2 people really running the show. Oh, and then they had another restreamer channel. That one got terminated. I don't know what happened. I think it's because of the ban wave. So, one of their, here, we're going to steal your content, Tibbs. It's my content at the other day. I'm actually kind of happy it happened. But, like, then that guy got hit because I went and looked. It's gone. And then I typed in my name. This is the one that kind of told me what was going on. I went on YouTube, I typed up my name, right? Almost all my hater channels are gone. Like, almost all of them. There's a few, but what you're going to see when you look at them is there's, like, a few people that have been active in the last couple weeks. But, like, remember, these people were every day for 4 straight years. Suddenly one day, like 8, 9 days ago, somewhere in there, they just all stopped. That last post for all of them was, like, 8, 9 days ago. One guy made a post 5 days ago, but he didn't come back. There's no movement on their channels. It does look like a shadow ban. Or shadow ban, or just, you know, something happened, you know. And again, I'm not complaining. These people were very, very predatory. They were always trying to push people around, trying to ruin the platform. Fuck MAGA at the end of the day. Because, you know, I mean, might as well point that out that they were all MAGA people too. But then, all of a sudden, it's like, it isn't 8 days of inactivity or just real no traffic of any kind. You'll also notice that there's, like, a whole bunch of them are missing, or they're from, like, years ago. Like, one of them is called Dollhouse, right? And they weren't really a bad person. They just, you know, they borrowed clips from my channel. And that's all their channel really was. Like 1, maybe 2 clips, I think, you know? And they showed up and disappeared all in the same time frame 4 years ago. That's basically what you're seeing when you look up my name. Beyond that, it's mostly me and the few things that haven't been removed by YouTube's moderation systems, I've noticed. This is awesome. I have reclaimed my name in that sense, which is awesome as well, you know? They disbanded and gave up. It does feel like that. It was always a very half-assed operation with them, says Hexus. Once Blanky fell off, the era ended. It's just reality. Well, mind you, all the main guys, when the leadership dies of any major organization, typically what happens is the organization's gone. Like, okay, let me give some examples. When the S.T.A.R.S people, right? When Music Biz Marty died, there was no real... Traffic was never the same. Like, sure, there's these other people holding it together, sort of, but it's just... Hold on. Zombies coming in, and I should be stopping this drink for a second. Oh, got him. But that's the thing, right? Like, there's other people there, but it'll never actually be the same. It doesn't have that same magic spark that kept it, that made it what it was. When Trump one day is no longer around, MAGA will phase out. You know, when Charles Manson was a thing, you know, when he went to prison and eventually passed away, his organization was never really the same. You know, it's the same with every group of people. And like, these people was no different. They were malicious. They were horrible people that did horrible things for no good reason. And look what happened. They, in the end, lost their leadership because of me. Nobody wants to admit that. But like, when you're putting out archived evidence in a way they can't remove it. What is that noise? Anyway, squishy sounds weird. But anyway, when you have all this archive evidence and people are starting to see it because they just... If someone puts out something out about you, ignore it. Eventually no one will see it because you're not drawing attention to what they're trying to say. This was something I did earlier on. People would make fun of me or, you know, criticize me or whatever for things that didn't make sense. Like, oh, you picked the shittiest games. I like these games though, right? But then people would see this because they'd make such a big deal out of it that eventually people would show up, and that's how I got a lot of my viewership. I'm drinking a cola because, good lord, did I need it. But see, that's kind of the thing, right? Is now that they're gone, they only have themselves to blame. They say ignore the trolls, right? You should, unless you're ready to put up with what I dealt with. And look at that, I didn't ignore the trolls. I said, all y'all are done. And now it looks like that's what's happening. Let's see. I'm proud of you for standing your ground. You would have gotten in trouble for sure. I would not have been able to forgive myself for not intervening. You did good. Well, when that whole thing was going on... Oh, good lord. I don't know what that sound was. When that whole thing was going on, I had to keep asking myself, like, yeah, I don't want to be a coward. I do want to go, and I want to fight for my name. Because that's really what all was left, right? They destroyed everything else. I mean, yeah, I can rebuild. I can especially rebuild now. But, like, by the way, Varus, we're going to talk about that in a second, too. Since there ain't nothing else to talk about, we might as well, right? But, I can't multitask. I can't talk and play, I've noticed. Terrible at multitasking. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Give me a second, I wanna get a few of these in. How am I not? Oh, yeah. I remember now. So, the whole time it felt like a trap. That's the gist of it, right? I mean, yeah, I was going to fight for my name, but every time I wanted to, I thought about it. It doesn't feel like a good idea. Something about it felt like a very bad idea. And so when it came down to it, I had this choice. Do I want to take the path to destruction and eventually destroy the world? Or do I want to pull away as hard as I can, knowing I don't need to prove anything? I've already proven so much, I don't need to prove anything more to these people. I decided the path to peace. As weird as it is. Because, I mean, you could go fight. You could stand your ground even, but do you really want to? Is the point. I mean, this guy had everything to prove. I had nothing I needed to prove, you know? And so, I decided not to go. That was my logic. That was my reasoning. And, I'm glad I made the decision. Because I noticed my life started to change significantly after that. Like, that one decision was more important than I ever would have realized because of how many things started to shift after that point. It was kind of weird. Like, you could see a notable difference in the air, which was odd because normally things don't work like that. And I was like, dang, man, something feels different. Like, in a good way for once. So, I was happy with the results, you know? Like, For once, things felt like they're going to be okay. But anyway, moving on, right? I kind of want the shotgun, actually. Oh, it's got power to it too, though. It was interesting to me because of the whole Varus thing. A lot of people don't believe in Varus because Varus bothers them. They don't know how to respond to that. I mean, you're talking about some kind of otherworldly entity. Maybe. We don't really know. And Varus was saying, after... This is the year the trolls would disappear. All of them. Everywhere. It would be like a mass... Like the Rapture, I guess. It's the best analogy I can think of, right? And suddenly, they're all gone. Just all of them. It's a very weird thing, because you wouldn't think it could be that simple, you know? But then Varus said something, and now I'm like wondering, when are we going to see this, you know? After this happens with those people, what you'll see next is my rise to power. Like, the numbers will start to rise. You know what I mean, right? Like, people might start subbing a lot more, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, cool. We won't have to deal with no gatekeeping, no, you know, people trying to steal my views and all that. You'd have to come here to see my content. Bear in mind, this doesn't just affect me, it affects everybody. So, like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're one of those channels that likes to sit there and e-leech on somebody for clout, that's over for everybody. Because whatever the hell happened recently with these channels, it affected everybody, you know? I'm trying to think if I want to take the other Glock or not, because I know mine is starting to get... It needs repairs. And anyway, no, brother, it's your time to get back to gaming, covering world topics. That's always been your strength. You're a streamer. You cover hot topics. You're free, bro. It does... That's the thing about it. The last few days, it has felt like I'm finally free. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I feel about that, because it's like... I haven't been free in so long. And for the first time in... I can't even tell you how long it's been, you know? I finally feel... inside like I can actually be happy. It might take a minute to get used to everything again. But, like, for the first time in a really, really long time, it's just quiet. Like, there's so much peace. I can sit here, and I gamed yesterday for about 5 or 6 hours. The day before that, like 7. Just playing State of Decay and just... I'm not even doing that much commentary. And I'm noticing we're getting like 5 to 7 viewers a stream, a lot, which is... for a stream that's just this with no commentary half the time, that's something, you know? But then I'm thinking to myself, like... Now I gotta... This is why I said at the beginning of the stream, I gotta start doing Let's Plays. Because that's what the bread and butter was always at. I am so sorry. That Coca-Cola was delicious, though. Alright? I needed that. But here's the thing, right? Reload. There we go. I smoked a little bit earlier, too. Just a little bit of the 420. But, I was thinking about it, right? Like... I had this opportunity, right, to go back to what I want to do. Well, what is it that I used to do, right? I used to do live Let's Plays. That's it. I would live stream Let's Plays, and then just play as many games as I could to really get the full experience of what gaming is. And that's what I want to do. That's what makes me happy. That's what makes me feel good, you know? And I have the chance now. Now that this is... It looks like it's over. Like... I know it sounds horrible to say it looks like it. Like, don't you know? I don't know. There's no way to know. But this is... If there was ever going to be a moment in our history where it's finally at least as close to over as you'll ever get, this is it. If you're going to ignore everything, now's the time. If you're going to stop using names and stop bringing up certain words, don't need to say the words. This is it. You'll notice I say, or, like, I'll censor the names, you know? I'll censor the words. Because I feel like now's the time. If you were ever going to do it, now's the time. And that means, guys, I need to start playing Let's Plays. So right now, okay, it's happening right now. I'm installing Black Ops 1 and 2. I'll have to get my disc out of my box. That's later. I'm also installing Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. The OG ones. The newer ones are such a pain in the ass. They'll take so much power. But I'm going to be doing those too, because I want to do every Call of Duty in whatever order I want, so it's not going to be in a particular order, up to the release of Modern Warfare 4. And I do have Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, because they're on Game Pass right now, which is hilarious. It's also making a lot of sense that they're doing that, because it's how you hype up the new game, right? As I hit on the Chevy Impala here, and then he vanished off the Chevy Impala. But that's what I'm installing, because I'm going to play this for a little bit, and then I want to start with Modern Warfare because I like those more. Actually, I should do Black Ops first, but I'm going to have to do them out of order anyway, because, like I said, I won't do the newer ones until I know the file space, and I'm not installing nothing until I know I'm ready to do it for one playthrough, and then I'm never doing it again. Once it's here, I won't be doing it again. Those games are... I like the Call of Duty campaigns, they're just really bad on file space. I love this game lets you destroy fences. It's like, let's do 4. There we go, we're in. Just drive through all the houses. Oh, wait, it's a camper. This is how I would drive in real life, by the way. Come on. Like brings back memories, doesn't it? Just a little bit. The last couple of years, I knew a few people that actually looked like that, and I mean, it's just why couldn't that have been them? Just explode into a bunch of flies. Like the zombies knows the blood. State of Decay 3 getting gameplay in a trailer was so nice because like I'm actually hyped for that game. Like there's no story to this game that I know of. I know there's missions that kind of equivalent to a story. As I go as I go ruin a cemetery. But yeah, that new trailer is like, damn, it's gonna be nice. But yeah, just so y'all know, I'm gonna be doing Black Ops and Modern Warfare in no particular order today. So I just figure why not. I'm hoping that in playing games of that variety in that way, I can at least start getting back to what I used to do. Oh! We really should be doing Dead Island at some point, but there was so many things wrong with Dead Island. I like to see. It's weird. I don't understand it, but I'm not a big fan of fantasy games, right? But I play this game as if I'm a knight of some sort. It's like I don't understand. I don't really like. I'm not a big fan of Elder Scrolls. I've never really liked any fantasy game. I love Lord of the Rings, but that's a movie. You see the difference? So like, I like there to be guns in my games, and for some reason, I play the game with a broadsword because it's like I pretend that I'm a knight. Maybe that's the thing, right? Maybe if I'm a knight in the apocalypse, it feels. As I drive into the playground, holy moly. I love doing a little spin. It's also kind of nice that a lot of the craziness is over because, well, I mean, think about it. The whole reason it even happened is because some person did not like me because I was honest about what they were doing to people. And, well, look at that. Now, they failed in a little operation, I guess. I don't know what else you would call it. And as a result, they can't get rid of me in time for GTA 6. By the way, GTA 6 is going to be interesting. Because I'm like, on one hand of things, oh my god. 10,000 zombies achievement. Trying to multitask here, but my brain doesn't know how to. GTA 6, the only issue I foresee is streaming it. Because remember when I was streaming a while back and they hit my GTA 5 videos for inappropriate content, let's help censor it. You have plenty of world news to cover, and your gaming streams like this one are chill vibe. That's what we're here after all, long chill streams. Oh yeah, it's true. I gotta get my own place, stop living with Lady Friend, but she's cool and all. It's just, you know, I want to build out my own place, you know. And once I do that, oh dude, it's gonna be magic. It's gonna be divine. She's helped me find places. We just gotta figure out what place that works. And right now we have this land contract thing we've been working with. But we gotta, like, you know, figure out where we're gonna go with it. Because remember, you can't just get a land contract. You gotta talk to people, figure out payment plans, and all that stuff. You know, we're kind of looking at that right now as one of our options to help me figure things out. She was so pissed at my last landlord. That guy doing the BS he was doing. This is her way of trying to show me that not everybody's like that. I'm assuming that's the point, right? And she's been amazing. The only issue is that it's taking a minute to get everything rolling, you know. But once we do that, that's what I plan to do all the time. Just stream games. I mean, if anything I've learned from the last 4-ish years about how to maneuver this experience. First of all, probably won't use a camera ever again. I mean, I might if I'm very, very far away from you. Or in places that I don't really care to lose, you know what I mean? Because you're always going to have the threat of people targeting potentially places you live. That's just how people are. I hate saying that's just how people are, because it shouldn't be that way, but it kind of is. But anyway. But cameras probably won't be a thing on my streams just because it removes that problem. For some reason, it's the background. They're like, we know where you live. I've always questioned why people are like that, but it's easier to just remove the middleman than have to deal with the people themselves. Oh, here we go. And then another thing I learned is some topics you just can't talk about. Which is hilarious, but like at the same time so messed up. How did I forget that one? I forgot one. Somehow. I think. It's in a box, too. I guess the one thing I should try to keep it at is let people bring the topics, and then I just share my thoughts, right? That's the safest way to do it. Wait, we should probably fix our car. Look at this thing. We have ruined this police car. I'm excited to try to explore the new DM feature on the channel as well. I've been waiting for so long to have group chats with you all, finally. That'd be what's up, too. Are we max on gasoline? Or can I put in more? Oh, we're at full tank of gas. I did up the difficulty for communities just a little bit. The rest of it, I mean, see, this is the problem, right? With action difficulty, seriously, bro? Let me go back to a place where I'm safe. God, the zombies absolutely love my car. Alright. So, the problem that I have with these, right? Action difficulty doesn't... Maybe I'm thinking map. Map difficulty, I like it green because very plentiful means you have a chance to unlock all the costumes, right? And that's the only thing, right? The weapons and the gear, it's like I get too much gasoline, too many rucksacks as it is. The play carts I would like to up, though. I would like to get more play carts. Like if I could do that many play carts, like 20 to 30 of them, I'd be in business, right? The problem is I also want to have as much of an opportunity to get all the costumes as possible. Because I like having things to wear, you know? That's the problem with the map difficulty, right? Action difficulty, I don't like dealing with it. The zombies are already literally everywhere. Like, they're so fun. How are they still a thing after all this time? Don't you think they would have rotted away? I mean, they're dead, right? But anyway, I'm not worried about the F to destroy play carts. The zombies, there's so many of them, it's like, Jesus Christ. But look at it, with zombies that appear on the minimap. Notice here they appear on the minimap, but like at the same time, it's like, doesn't feel as relaxed. You get to this one though, they don't appear on the minimap. And when we had the fog, they didn't appear on the minimap, and they were coming out of nowhere constantly. It's because there's so many of them, right? So that doesn't feel like it'd be good to put on green, because then it kills my relaxation vibe. I do this to have fun, you know, not to... I don't need a challenge. If I'm playing PvP on Fortnite or Call of Duty Warzone, then, you know, I'm looking for a challenge that day, right? Community difficulty, though, I might slowly up this as we go, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it's... You know. Anyway. But that's why the difficulty thing is, like, weird on this. If you could change how much gear you're getting versus how different... If you could make it so there's plenty of gear, but the enemies are really hard, lethal difficulty would actually be very appealing to me. It's just not on this console. I'm excited to try the new DM feature. Oh yeah, that's what you said. I was going to respond to that too, but somehow it became this as well. Because I had like two thoughts. The DM feature I think could be really cool. I'm going to have memberships back. They said, like, they're already sending me emails saying, hey bro, we need you. You're the big YouTube guy. Come back to us. But I have made a decision that when I do the YouTube Partner Program, I won't be doing ads on my streams anymore. Like, first of all, you guys don't need to be sitting here watching ads. You should be watching me. Give me the attention, not that stupid advertisement that you guys wouldn't even use in the first place. Like, they don't even give us good ads that are relevant to us half the time. So, watch me, not the ad. Came here for me, watch me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be selfish with attention on that. But, like, the ads are also intrusive. They also are the reason my streams aren't growing half the time. I know since I removed the middleman, the streams do a little bit better. They gotta balance back out again, unfortunately. So, there will be no more ads on the channel, like, ever. Unless I get big enough that it doesn't matter. Like, you get like 1 million, if you get 100,000 views, and you have like 300 people constantly tuning into every stream, that's different, you know? Make it like an ad every 20 minutes. It's doable. Nothing too insane. Yeah, at that point, it's not... We don't have enough viewership right now to be fucking jamming in ads. You know how unappealing that can be for a lot of people? If you have a lot of people watching, it's different, you know? So I decided that ads are not going to be on the channel for at least a very long while. But we're going to do super chats and memberships again. I don't even know if I want to do memberships. Because even, well, memberships I do want to do because we have an archive of videos that are members only for a number of reasons. And I figure that's healthy because then, A, there are some videos on my YouTube channel that I know for a fact probably could use some love and care, okay? But then there's a bunch of videos that aren't. There's also some special projects that I want to have for, because, you know, I want some people to see things that not everybody can, because it's meant for the people who actually pay for it. Otherwise, why are you paying for the people? You know what I mean? We were going to do this with No Way Out, but you guys know how that turned out. But anyway, I think your memberships and super chats, I think the super chats is the only real reason anymore, too. Because super chats bring in probably the most love of anything, if there's anything at all. Ads just don't help the channel anymore. So kind of made the decision that until it's actually appropriate, and it's going to be a while, there won't be ads on the channel. We're going to be consumer friendly for a while. And that way, you only have to deal with it if you're actually paying for it. And if you're paying for it, you know, you should be getting what's actually worth it. That's kind of what the plan is for that. I imagine that DMs will come somewhere along that same time frame. Like, I'm not saying it's exclusive to me getting you to partner. I'm just saying it feels like it's about a month or two out, and that's when I'll be getting back on anyway. But when they're doing that, I mean, you know, there's going to be rules to the DM. They have already specified that you have to be 18 to be able to DM. There's also, like, I guess there's, like, options. You have to be a subscriber. You'd have to be reached out to by the creator, so it's got to be mutual. There's not going to be any of this, like, just spam harassing people. They aren't going to allow that. YouTube's got it going on. They know what they're trying to set up, and I do think it's a very good system. But, when that happens, you know, it's going to be nice. Because I'll be able to communicate with my team and stuff. And then we won't have to use all this extra social media anymore. The only thing I question is, why are they bringing it back? Like, I'm not complaining, it's just, they removed it a long time ago. It's like, oh, now you're bringing it back. Are they trying to include Facebook Messenger into the system here? Because they're trying to, YouTube is trying to replicate everybody, and I find that interesting. It's almost like the AI that controls YouTube is like, let's be everybody. And then, you know, imagine YouTube is the last social media platform on Earth, and I just happen to have been here this whole time saying, this is my platform. It's becoming everything else. It's crazy, you know? But I think that's going to be cool. I think having the DMs could actually be a very good thing, especially for channels who have... In there. Go in. Jump in the window. Jeez, I'm going to go right through. Alright, I'm going to go around. But it'll be good because then... Smack me in the face. It'll be good for people who are collaborating as teams on YouTube, because then people who work together on YouTube can have a much easier way to do it. It's like, hey man, so I was doing this, this, and this, and here we are. There's the direct link to this thing I was working on, and it just makes communication more all in one place. Because then it's also saved app space. And are you for real? I hate when they get rude like that. You ever notice that when they get too big for the britches, they just run up to you like that? Like, I like that the zombies got spunk, but at the same time, it's like, it's not mutual. Oh my. That's a lot of food for that thing. And that's more food. That's more food. Holy moly. Okay, we need to... Where's my truck at? We need to get the truck. There it is. I gotta pull it around. Do we have no space? We kinda do. Kinda. We're gonna need to open up the, we need to open up a base here. Jesus Christ! We're good. What was I doing? Yeah, doing this. Should probably close these doors. Don't want some zombie to come in here and do terrible things to me while I'm not looking. There we go. Let's see. I'm surprised D-Chat's not in here yet. Usually he's like the first to show up. I mean, I didn't message him on this one. I thought maybe he was... Yeah, I'm just going to text him. I don't know if he's busy, but he's probably is. He's probably doing fine, though, at the same time. Alright, so we're going to do... Deliver this, 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 deliver this. Can we open the outpost? We can! Yay! Let's go get the stuff we don't need from the truck so we can make more space for rucksacks. And let's go start delivering rucksacks to the base. Alright, let's see. Base needs... I mean, they don't need food, but they have it, is the point. I like how the pizza thing's just slowly... Why do we have 3 over there? Knowledge computers and power. You have to find somebody who knows computers. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I found out something that probably filled my enemies with pure dread. I have not been getting emails anymore. And you're all probably, maybe, who knows, maybe wondering why. So I'm gonna tell you guys. I was porting everything that I had to a new email. Basically, I thought if I changed my email on everything, I could just abandon my old stuff, right? That isn't how that works, unfortunately. Because Google, much like Facebook, is super paranoid. They're like, oh, you can't just change everything? That looks suspicious. So I'm like, oh no, think I'm gonna get locked out of all my stuff. So I start porting it all back again, right? And it was like, oh no, right? Because I mean, my Xbox, my PlayStation, it was all on one now, which is good because it was used to be scattered everywhere. I found out after I started porting things back, I'm like, you know what? I'm curious. Oh no, we won't do that. I was like, I'm curious. What happened? Is there a way to just change your name? You know, like, whatever the fuck your name is at whatever email service you're using, .com. And we're specifically discussing Google here, right? So I'm like, is there a way, do you think, to, you know, change that address? Because you can do it on almost every social media. You can do, you can change your Facebook name, you can change your Instagram name, you can change your handle on every platform now. You can even swap out the emails for things you don't want to use. I found you can do this to YouTube. YouTube, you just gotta move to a brand account, then change the owner through permissions. My YouTube's under a new email now. But then I'm like having to move it back because the whole, oh, you need to appeal because we don't know if this is really you. I'm like, but you know it is. I'm the one telling YouTube, you know who I am. I'm the chosen one. I'm the champion of the internet. At least for right now, right? That's what it feels like sometimes. But anyway, so I'm sitting here, I'm kind of doing my thing like a chicken wing, and I'm saying, let's go and find an answer. There's gotta be one, right? You would think. Well, lo and fucking behold, there is. You basically go to your Gmail account. This is how you do it, right? You go to your Google account, not your Gmail. You gotta go to your Google account. They're all the same place, of course. So, go to your Google account, go to personal information, and you'll see where your email is at. And they're the only place the emails could be, right? You click on it, and then you change Gmail address. I'm like, no way! And so I did. It did not remove anything. I just had to reload and re-sign in. That was it. All my stuff is right where it needs to be. I've changed half of them because I have like 5 or 6 of them that I use. There's one for winter. There's my fan mail account, which is, I'm not taking fan mails anymore. That just won't be a thing, but I gotta do that one still. Then I have all the ones that they had, the enemies that I had, all the ones they had, those ones are all gone. And here's the best part. If you don't have the new one, you won't be able to use the old one regardless, so it doesn't matter. So that became a thing. You know, it was like so ecstatic that was an option. So now it's like all my stuff is super safe, and we've also successfully removed every single thing that they had for links. All the links are dead. All of them. So, you know, it's like, sweet. Loving that personally. Hey, D-Chat, what's up, bro? Hell yeah, bro. Got you in my ears. Just a busy Friday for me. That's what's up. A whole hour. Yeah, I forgot the message originally because I was smoking a little bit of the 420, and I was like, well, you were busy today also, so I didn't want to bug you too much, but at the same time, I was like, he's probably done with what he's doing by now, right? So I figured I'd message you, and I thought it had only been 20-30 minutes, to be fair. Sorry, man. We're going to be here a minute. Oh, wait, by the way, D-Chat, just so you know, I'm installing all the Modern Warfares of the OG trilogy. I'm also installing Black Ops 1 and 2. We're going to be doing Let's Plays today. Once they're installed, we're going to take a quick peek. Yeah, they're still installing. Hold on. I'll do it later. It looks like it might be a few minutes, but when they're ready, I'm thinking I'm going to flip a coin and we're just going to play through one of the franchises. Like, Black Ops 1 and 2, and I guess I'll do 3 later, I guess, because I'm not installing that right now. That's going to take too much of a hassle. But after, let's do Modern Warfare. That's all right there. It's like easy, right? We'll play through the Modern Warfares okay. So the way this works on YouTube is we do it as a live Let's Play, right? But I try to section them off about an hour and a half each time. It just makes things easier, right? And the general plan is that I'll be doing that with my streams. So if they seem a little sporadic, that's probably why. But I figure that will be how we do it. And we don't just swap to another game during the stream. That's never really worked on half the systems I use. So we'll keep them all separate too. It's like, well, we'll put up a playlist. Well, we're talking about this stuff, and it's like, dude, our problems kind of are over, I've noticed. There's a whole bunch of shit. You should watch the beginning part of this, or wait for the upload version. Here's D-Chat. I think you probably could agree with a lot with what I said at the beginning. But, yeah, we're going to do Let's Plays. Since we have the opportunity. Look, I said when it's over, when all this nonsense was finally done, I was going to go back to my video games. Well, I need to be a man of my word to do that, because that's what I want to do anyway. So it's like, that's what we're going to do. Let's see. Well, we supposedly cleaned the room I'm in, but they didn't seem to do much of anything. They clean my room today, but they didn't really change much of anything except just threw some cardboard away that I had crafts, threw my water bottle away. You should start like collecting notes to sue them. This is gonna be the year I sue everybody. I'm thinking, I'm not sure yet. It all depends on how in depth the Baron wants to get. What was I doing? Oh yeah, 30 pizza. Wasn't it 32 a minute ago? Who the fuck's eating shit at my base? Okay, we have building blocks and we have pizza. Let's see which one we can do. Let's go get the building block first. I'm hoping... No. Okay, so I changed the difficulty and I upped it, the community difficulty of this. So there's going to be more facility costs and maybe we should up it again. Because honestly, we're getting too many rucksacks. There's just too many of them. And I know that sounds terrible, like what? Items cost more to craft. Even that shouldn't be... It's the community difficulty. Like I said earlier, if you could have, if you could have very plentiful resources, but also 20 to 30 play cards, which is essentially lethal difficulty, right? I wouldn't mind. Because at least you're getting all the stuff along the way, getting plenty of collectibles. It's weird that it even works that way, because you would think the more enemies you have, the more you'd want to explore, and therefore the threat makes much more sense. Let's see. A container of chocolate mix I use in my coffee, the whole thing. I think the whole thing was just an excuse to get me get into my shit and throw stuff away. That sucks, man. We're going to have to help you out, man. Let's see. We'll figure something out. We'll figure out some way to fix that. Go over there and donate to the Smack a Hoe Foundation. Just watch. Nobody fucks with our homies. So anyway, we're going to do this. I'm going to check Black Ops 2. I'm wondering... Oh, it's one of those guys. I forgot what I was gonna say. Wow. That was actually really easy to deal with. Let's go get some free influence points, I guess. I definitely want to start my own enclave, though. He's mobile. Okay. That. You see how he's not moving? That one's probably laying down. They're laying down. They're not really a threat, I've noticed. I'm straight up broke. I spent money for things like stevia and tortillas and bread. I haven't anything for pizza or Chinese. Dude, I've been craving that. See, lady friend finally got paid. She brought a little bit to the table. Problem is she doesn't want to go anywhere because she's not feeling the greatest. She's a woman. She's gonna have those moments, you know? There we go. Now you have this just... So that is how that works. You get a headshot, they just collapse. They can use them as a bomb later. That's kind of a cool little thing. But anyway, yeah, she's not feeling the greatest. It's like this headache thing she goes through now and then. She's cool and all. She has those moments, you know. But anyway, she doesn't want to go anywhere is the point. Let's see. So 76 minutes. Is it already almost been an hour and a half? It's insane. She mentioned wanting to go on another little mini road trip for a couple weeks, week and a half. She wants to go drive somewhere and do some stuff. So, probably sometime after the weekend's over, let's go do that. So I might be away from the videos after that. That is not... I could have sworn that I was hitting the actual... We'll see where things go is the point. That's what people look like when they're on drugs. They just start flailing their arms around like psychopaths. Anyway. There's a container around here somewhere. There it is. I found it. Hopefully it's not like a rucksack. If it's a rucksack, we're basically boned. Nope, it's not. Yeah, I'm hoping that the third game is getting... I'm hoping that they let you customize your outfits more so than they do in this game. Like to mix and match shirts. Like GTA had a perfect system for that. GTA, basically, you could take any shirt pretty much, almost. There's some exceptions to the rule, obviously. And then you could put it with whatever pair of pants you like. You can really just make your own outfit, you know? And then... Oh, it was right next door to it. Holy moly, how did I not see this? I also hope that what they did in that first trailer is true, because zombie animals would be on another level. It also would kind of insinuate that you'd have hunting as an option finally. Because you ever notice in these games there's never any animals? But like, if you were to go hunting, well, that would make sense for a lot of things, wouldn't it? Although, there's some things I also don't like about what I'm hearing, because, like, And I love it for the most part. Like, so far, State of Decay 3, I'm fucking hyped. I'm hyped for that. I want to get back to 007, by the way, but my PlayStation 5 is not acting healthy right now. In fact, I'm kind of wishing I had gotten it for Xbox instead. It's like, wow, that controller is, whoa, you know what I mean? That is the problem right now. Okay, so there's two problems. One, streams don't hold anymore. They just don't. For whatever reason, when you're streaming to YouTube from PlayStation 5, it does not want to hold the stream. For whatever reason, okay? The other problem is that after the update happened, it made my controller, like, super seizure, basically. So now the right analog stick, and it is confirmed to be because of the update. There was something that caused the firmware to act erratic, and it messed up the controller real bad. I've tried repairing it. That's supposed to be able to fix it, but it's not fixing mine for some reason. I thought about it. Maybe it was the pizza I was eating at the time, but like, no, that's not the case, because after you clean it, it would work, right? It won't. It's something within the actual software, and it's like, dang. So I can't use it, and I can't. Was that a Plants vs. Zombies reference? That zombie just had a traffic cone on its head. The fuck? I just saw a Plants vs. Zombies reference. Someone's got a garden down here, which I'm training the lawnmowers and shit. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Wow, that was actually surprising. Like, I've never seen that before. That's so wild, you know? But anyway, what was I talking about, by the way? I saw the cone on the zombie's head. I'm like, what in the world was I even remotely talking about? But, I actually don't remember what I was talking about. That's so embarrassing. Oh, goodness. Anyway. Hold on, give me a minute. It'll come back to me. Dude, the fucking Plants vs. Zombies reference. That was wild. Anyway. Zombie animals going hunting in the game. PlayStation, yeah. I want to get back to James Bond because though I don't really like the game, and I know, this is a cardinal sin apparently according to the internet, I still want to finish it. Because, you know, I mean, if Lady Friend's going to pay for the game, I might as well finish it, right? At least finish it. And it's funny because Angry Joe Show did the review. I watched like half of it, but I'm trying to avoid. It's not that I'm worried about the spoilers. It's just at the same time, it's like, you know, like I don't really want to know at the same time. Like, even though the game is kind of dull and kind of boring in a lot of aspects, I still don't want to know how it ends, etc. That is the truth of it. I still do want to play it. But then it was kind of funny because I'm watching the Angry Joe Show review, and he has all the same complaints I have. Except, according to Angry Joe, because, you know, he's like one of the greatest YouTubers as far as... Because he's a similar kind of content. He'll sit there, he'll rant and rave like I do, but he'll also keep it about things that are gaming related. Me, I just... this part of the world's ridiculous sometimes, you know, and so whatever, you know. But... similar branch of content. Angry video game nerd, right? Although I don't really know if I fit the exact bill. But, and he does Let's Plays and reviews, too. He does his streams on a different platform, from what I gather. And then he saves his YouTube channel primarily for the reviews. But then he also now has a channel where he uploads the VODs of all of his Let's Plays, so you can see what it was like and all that, which I think is a really good way to do that. I'm debating if I want to do a VOD channel for my streams and my Let's Plays going forward, and then do something special with this one, or if I want to stream in the VODs here, and then, you know what I mean? Like, I could do this a number of ways. But anyway, he has all the same complaints, but according to him, and this is another reason why I want to keep playing it, and honestly, this is why I needed to hear, the first several missions are ass. Like, everyone who is being honest about the 007 First Light experience is noting that the first few missions are ass, like really slow, boring. There's some places where there's just, like, this is one way you have to make money, right? And it's the Pirate Scope one. I think that episode's already up. There's nothing to do, and the missions are just boring, right? Apparently, and this is where I'm, like, also disgusted at the same time, it's the last 3 missions that are actually good. Like, how the fuck are you giving this game a 7 out of 10 when you're telling me that all my complaints and concerns are valid? And I don't know how many missions there are. Hold on. I should be stupid right now and just look it up. Because at this point, like, I have so many questions. Because I didn't watch the whole review. Remember, I basically saw what was said, the summaries. Because you know AI is now implemented into videos where you don't have to watch a video. You just summarize it. If you guys don't want to watch the stream and you want to catch up really quick, YouTube.com/ that little watch link, and then replace that last part of the link, the code basically, with the stream's code, and you get a video, right? Because somehow that's the thing. And then you go to the little AI segment, the little plus sign looking star thing, and ask it to summarize the video. It will summarize it with exact timestamps. Like, AI's gotten so good, they actually get timestamps right. That should scare people because you don't need to watch anything anymore. So I went and I looked at, hey, what was the rating in the end? They're like 7 out of 10. I'm like, really? But you're talking now, I watched like 25 minutes of a 40-minute video, so I got the main gist of it, right? How many missions are in 007? It's weird that it knew what game I was going to ask. 17 chapters into 9 main... This broke down into 9 main sandbox missions. 17 chapters, 9 missions, I guess. Which feature large explorable environments and 8 narrative interludes, along with opening prologue. Okay, so the cutscenes count as missions, I guess. Or chapters, whatever. The game features 9 primary large-scale missions set in various global locations, including Malta, London, Slovakia, and Vietnam. Vietnam's awesome. I really do want to get hell let loose, Vietnam. Because, like, World War II is good and all, and you play as the bad guys, if you get my drift. I'm German, it's like, it's in there, I want to do it, but I'm just not inclined to. Vietnam, though? Flamethrower. I'm like, yeah, I might have to do that game. I might have to. Let's see. 8 narrative interludes, full breakdown of the campaign structure. It's 9 primary missions. Malta, London, Slovakia, and Vietnam are included. These, along with a prologue and culminating chapter, offer open sandbox-style gameplay with multiple objectives and hidden items. Then there's the narrative sequences, which are designed to advance the story, acting as gaps between larger operations. That's... isn't excessively long. How long? It's 15 to 20 hours long on an average playthrough. I could be done with this in a day. Yeah, I kind of want to finish it, just because then I get I can finish it, you know. At least, yeah, it sucked, but at least I finished it, you know. It's just the PlayStation's the only thing holding me back, and I wish it. If I had paid for this on Xbox, we would not have these problems. But at the time, everything was on PlayStation. I figured, yeah, why not? It's easy to stream right from the console, and then all of a sudden it decides, here. Now we're going to give you a firmware update to make it, you know, have better performance. Except, here's the kicker, it's going to give you terrible performance that breaks your console and controller. But hey, give us another $70 for a new console controller. I'm like, fuck you. So like now I'm like regretting it, wishing I just bought it on PlayStation. I don't know, like, or on Xbox, I mean. It's too late now, it's whatever. And Lady Friend's cool, helped me with a game or two here and there, but she's not gonna like drop. What is that? What would they even be, like $150 a month? Even I'm saying fuck that, you know. But anyway, she's not mean either. It's just that that's a lot of money nowadays, you know. And though she'll go and burn money at casinos on occasion, usually that's the week where we have money and we cover what we need as it is. You can't plan ahead for some of these things, you know. But anyway, yeah, I want to do First Light still. It's just, you know. Let's see. I forgot what we started talking about that. What was the original conversation? Something about something about something. Anyway. Oh yeah, State of Decay 3. I'm excited for State of Decay 3. I don't have any complaints. I just really do hope that they really spice it up a bit, you know? Because I've noticed the game has a lot of really good things going on. Oh, wait, hold up. I need to get need the repair kit. Ow, my fucking toe. Huh. That one. Does it go into the trunk? You can't just give it to me, I guess. Like there's nothing I have for complaints. I'm really actually pretty excited about that game. And GTA, I don't think we need to say it, right? Like GTA 6 looks like it's gonna be really, really good. Part of me wonders, and this is just the realistic part of me, you know, the person inside my head that says, let's be completely upfront about the reality of what this could be like, you know? What if GTA 6 is shit? Like, what if it's a bad game? What if it just plays terribly? What if the missions are boring? What if it's too much? What if it's not enough? Oh my god. Like, what if it's Elder Scrolls 6 after Starfield? You know what I mean? Like, what if it's really bad? I don't think that's gonna be the case, but like, everyone's always like overly hyped about GTA. I'm like, no one ever mentions what if it's, considering how long it's been since they put out a game. What if things don't go according to plan? What'll happen? You know. Really close. That was really close. The optimist in me says I'm hoping, as I accidentally took a screenshot button, I'm hoping it'll be really good. That is the best possible outcome, is we get a really good game, you know? But dude, after the amount of time they've hyped this, dude, it better be good. If it's not, it is game over for everybody. Because, like, that would be single-handedly the most heartbreaking thing. Oh, what is this? I had to remember which button was leave. Guys, getting quiet beyond that chat. Do we have sub-only mode on, by the way? Because I have not checked in a really long time. If that's the case, maybe we can shut that off. Just test the waters here. This is like a 6-seater, it looks like. There's more space in this one, though. I don't know. I'll tell you the what if. They're gonna make $1 gazillion on sales, but Rockstar and PlayStation will have its user base revolt, and it'll be a disaster. That's what will happen. It says it does. Maybe we can shut off the sub-only mode. I mean, or at least make it so it doesn't need to be a way to use it. Because at this point, dude, we've seen no traffic anywhere. And if they were going to be doing anything, we would have seen them elsewhere doing it in the first place. If they're not doing elsewhere, they're probably not going to do it here to begin with, right? So let's go and shut that off. Where is it going to be at? Edit, right? And then we'll do, instead of 1 week, we'll do any duration. Fuck it. We'll just test the water and see what goes down, you know? And then, you know, remove anybody that becomes a problem or is an unhealthy distraction. And we'll go from there, you know? We'll just do it that way, you know? See where things go. Test the waters, see what we can get away with. See... Because remember, we want to build community. The point of a live stream is interact with your audience. I don't want to interact with people. Just not a-holes who ruin the experience, you know? This goes without saying, I'm probably not going to read every comment. If they're chill, I don't see an issue with it. Alright, let's see. So, we could technically... Do we want to salvage that truck? Because that truck's nice. Like, it's a 6-seater, easily. And then the trunk space is separate, I've noticed. I don't know. Might be worth a comeback for that. Anyway, I guess we'll play for another... We'll play for another 10 minutes and then we'll swap over. Because it looks... Black Ops 2 is taking forever to install. It's kind of funny because, like... It makes sense that it's taking forever to install. It ain't got nowhere else to be. What in the hell? Hold up. Huh. Three out of 5 containers. Alright. I had to have me a little bit of that soft drink, you know what I mean? Problem solved. I guess. Do we want to search this real quick? There it is. Splitting mall. Can we like salvage this stuff? Probably not. Anyway. I've been thinking about it. I've been wanting to get back into multiplayer games. I've been thinking about it a lot, actually. Like, because, you know, look, if you're going to have years of ridiculousness going on in your life, you got to have somewhere to put that frustration, right? And for the longest time, I had, you know, indecent people being indecent to me. It gave me a reason to put that energy somewhere, you know? And now it's like, you don't have that same outlet anymore, is the way to put it. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, maybe multiplayer games could be the next thing. Because everybody loves that. Like, that's... That's how you justify being an a-hole on the internet, right? Just play multiplayer, you know? Like, no one can complain. But I'm thinking to myself, like, that would be a really good next step. Because, like, you know, then people want to join in with you because it looks like it's fun. You know? Something about playing PvP in open game combat is much more appealing than, like, fighting the good fight of exposing the truth about people or whatever. You know, nobody wants to go out there and put their grass on the line, you know? Like, people would rather go and play a video game and raise hell that way. So I'm thinking to myself, you know, that would be a good way to do things. And I've been thinking about it a lot because GTA 6 is guaranteed gonna have an online mode. I don't even think I need to say that. I think it's kind of obvious that we all know this. But, like, if it's going to have it online, then we're going to have to go into PvP regardless at some point. We might as well... I mean, I'm rusty as all hell. It's been such a long time since I've done anything like that. But, like, you got to get practice in now, otherwise you never will. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe that's what I should do, you know? Is get back into the flow of PvP. We never really talked about it, I don't think, but maybe I missed if you already covered it, but the Wolverine game. That's another game I really want to play. Like, that one would be a lot of fun. Because I like... Hold on. 30, 40... we're kind of covered, actually. I think I need to up the difficulty more. This is not quite the same. I get all the play cards. I don't really feel like progressing the story. But it's like, you know, we'll talk about the Wolverine game, and then what we're going to do after the Wolverine game discussion is we're going to hop over to another stream and do Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. But, let's have this conversation, all right? Wolverine is another game I'm excited for because I like Insomniac. They do good games. I do not like they made Black Cat a woman who's only attracted to women. Like, Black Cat in Marvel has always been the definition of the male fantasy, right? Have you guys seen her on Fortnite? But damn, that's a you know what I mean? And for some reason, there's a bunch of tweakers out here in Trumbull Valley, I've noticed. But, for some reason, they decided, for whatever reason, they wanted to make Black Cat only interested in women. You know what I'm trying to say. She likes to, rub the donut on the other donut. You know? And, obviously, as a guy who's always found the character to be very attractive, it's like, so now... the one character I do simp for, the only real character I simp for, you're telling me I can't have it even in my fantasies, because she only likes women now. Wow, thanks, Insomniac. Like, I'm not trying to be, you know, a phobe of any kind. I just find it a little messed up that you've ruined the fantasy now. It's the only thing they've ever done. The only thing they've ever done that actually upset me a little bit. The rest of it, I don't mind. I like Miles Morales. When you're playing Spider-Man 1 and you hear like, oh, Miles Morales is character, you're like, aha, fuck. It's one of those representation things, right? Turns out it's not, because you play, if you skip Miles Morales, go right to Spider-Man 2, right? Let's just say you're more a Peter Parker fan, right? And I'm playing Spider-Man 2, right? He's actually a cool character. Like, he's got some depth to him. He's not as unappealing as I originally thought he would be. So now I'm actually inclined to play Miles Morales, the game. Because I played Spider-Man 2 first, I'm like, oh. If you were ever wondering if it's like, is it just because of his skin color? No, he's actually a pretty cool character. He's got some depth to him. He's also not black. He's actually black and Puerto Rican, I think. Which adds a whole nother layer to it. Because, you know, he's a guy who likes tacos. You know? And who doesn't like tacos? Taco Bell's awesome. But anyway, Del Taco is more my thing, but they don't have that in Michigan. But anyway... I'm sitting here playing this game, and it's actually really good. Therefore, I've never had a bad Insomniac experience, really. Except the Black Cat thing, but we can forgive that almost, right? So then they have this game called Wolverine coming out. And I'm looking at Wolverine for what it is. It's basically, you guys, I don't know if you all remember, there was a game on the PS3 that was about Wolverine, you know? And the Wolverine game, that game, oh my, you know what I mean? There we we go. Got him. The Wolverine game on PS3 was violent. Like, just, it was known for being hyper aggressive, you know? And it's probably one of the more gruesome games. They had a really good health regeneration system where the damage on his body would actually regenerate in real time on screen. Like, it was gruesome. But then they had this game by Insomniac that is basically that 2.0. It's violent, it's gritty, it looks like it to be M for mature, which is a whole nother level of games for Insomniac. They've always done. Spider-Man was always T for teen. It's like the only one that I actually liked that was that rating. Normally, T for teen games are bland or suck. Those games were actually fun. When you're chasing achievements because it's actually drawing you in as a player, that's how you know they did a good job, you know? Especially for a T for teen game. 007 First Light, bored out of my fucking mind. Which is whatever, I'm still going to finish it as soon as possible, but I might just get on Xbox in the near future and just redo it if I have to, but honestly, man, it's like, fuck First Light. But anyway, trying to multitask here. But anyway, Wolverine game looks visually appealing. It looks like the kind of game I'd like, and also you get to slaughter bad guys. You realize part of the appeal of playing video games is getting to fuck up the bad guys constantly. And Wolverine's over here taking out all these other bad guys. They're basically like, I guess they're like super soldiers or some shit, right? And he's just in there just fucking them up. It's like, it's a really cool looking game. So, I'm kind of hyped for Wolverine. I mean, it's not the top of my list, unfortunately. And you would think, because Insomniac games have always been the best. They're not even in my top 5 somehow. Like, my #1 favorite game of all time is, I should write this down someday. My favorite game of all time is Fallout New Vegas. Number 2 is Ghost Recon Wildlands. Number 3 is Hitman. Number 4 might be Sniper Elite 4. And then I guess after that, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, right? Let's see. Well, Puerto Rican is more Caribbean. There you would get empanadas. I don't know what that means. Just seeing Wolverine in the OG costume is so goated. Why do you have to wait so long? It's so great. It's kind of the same thing that people ask about why did they wait so long to put the OG costume in the movies. Probably because they didn't have the license for it, realistically. Like, that is actually a thing. They can use the character name, they can use the likeness, they can't have them be exact because then they're ripping off stamps. And I've noticed that to be a recurring theme. That you notice in this game, for example, one of the characters I know has a Desert Eagle. They're not allowed to call it that. They have a... Oh! It's fine. He's good. But anyway, they're not allowed to call most weapons by their names. Which is such an odd thing. And that's because there's somehow, and I don't know why, there's licenses for this stuff now. So if you don't have the right license, you can't use the name, you can't use the appearance, you can't use the visuals. And that is such a dumb thing that they do that. Because then it's like, you take away all those years that he could have been, Hugh Jackman could have worn the yellow suit way sooner. But it's a licensing thing, which is... It's frustrating, I guess. Because you want to see him as what you knew them. Oh my god. We're good. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's like you want to see them as what made you fall in love with the characters, right? You want to see them at their best. And for some reason, it's those little things and policies that make it so you can't, and that's what sucks. And it's not even I don't understand it myself. Like, why are people so protective of copyright? You're letting them use the character in some of these aspects. It's like, and then the guns. You would think with real-world guns, you would want them to know the name of the gun, like the actual weapon, because then that's a market for your weapons. GTA is notorious for this, by the way, because GTA also has the same problem. GTA is like, oh, we can't call a car by its name, like a Dodge Charger. In that game, it's called a Vapid Dominator, which is a weird fucking side name, right? But like, they can't call it a Dodge Charger Because, and this is apparently the reason, I don't understand why this is even a thing regardless, but apparently it's a licensing thing. They don't want them to use it in a video game. I guess it just doesn't make them look good. Oh, our car is in a game. But these games are people who love cars. You realize how much marketing you lose by not letting them just hear the fucking name? That's insane. Very kind of stupid, actually. Because, like, you would think they'd want to promote themselves. But that's why the OG outfit was never a thing. Let's see. Just seeing Wolverine. Yeah, really coming. I don't understand why their companies are like that, but that is, to my knowledge, why they do that. And it just does not make any sense. Oh, let's see. We're going to do base here. How do we have almost no influence? We had like 2,000 yesterday. That's another thing I don't understand about this game is like one day I'll have like 2,000 influence from all the missions I did. The next day, they just, all that influence doesn't exist anymore. Freaking odd. There also seems to be no marker to if you collected everything or not. It just says, see, if the symbol is white, there's still things to collect. Normally, right? They apparently changed that because now, instead of them being white when there's things to collect, now it's black, meaning now it just means you've already been there, you've already looked at the place. And there's no real markers, I noticed. I don't know if there's anything left that I haven't collected on all this stuff. Anyway, I guess we're gonna go here now, and then... Go to our truck. The 150 influence. Ooh, that's probably where a lot of it went, actually. Kinda, probably, who knows. Let's see, we're going there. I didn't like walking that distance. Anyway, I don't know that about the licensing. It seems like decades of waste opportunities for sure. It's just a weird thing, but that's what it always seems to go back to. Now, if I'm wrong, well, definitely would love to know. But from what I've read and what I've seen, that apparently is the common recurring answer. It's like, oh, it's a licensing issue. And it's like terrible marketing if you think about it. Let's see. Okay. More ferocious juggernauts. Jesus Christ. Just the one zombie, yeah. Alright. I'm thinking I want to go and hop over to Call of Duty. You guys down for some Call of Duty? I played some Modern Warfare for you guys. Do you start doing Let's Plays and shit for the channel? I think that'd be kind of cool. So, I'm going to end this stream here because, you know, I want to start getting back in that flow. And we're going to go play Modern Warfare. And we're just going to do that until whenever, you know? Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it here. I'll see you guys on the next one. The next one being, I'll be back in like 10-20 minutes, most likely. Depends on if I have anything I want to go check or do before I get back, but probably about 20 minutes. Anyway, peace out, guys. Adios.